All right, as our last few attendees are joining, let me make some introductions to our presentation today. My name is John Westgate, and I run the partnership and marketing groups at Zixi. Today, I am joined by Zixi CEO and Executive Chairman Gordon Brooks, Elaine Pallon, the Senior Manager of OTT and IPTV at Harmonic, as well as his colleague, Senior Video Solutions Manager, Pascal Jezequel. I hope I did that, your surname justice, Pascal. So today we are going to provide a brief overview, a Zixi introduction, then an overview of Harmonic's VOS360 Live Streaming Platform, details of how Zixi is integrated into the offering, followed by a case study and a demo before we take questions. So we will take questions at the end. So as we are going through, if you have something, please put them into the Q&A tab, and we will answer them at the end. If we don't have time to answer all of the questions, then we do have your question and your email logged, and so we will follow up with a dedicated email from the appropriate Zixi or Harmonic person, or Zixi and Harmonic together if the question so dictates. So with that, I can turn it over to Gordon Brooks, our CEO, for an overview. Gordon, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, John. Hello, everyone. So Zixi and Harmonic have been partners, great partners for quite a long time, 6 years. We share a lot of world-class joint customers like Univision, Comcast Technology Solutions, SES, Music Choice, Fox Cable, Cox Cable, Fox, and many others. We're offering a complete cloud-native ultra latency delivery solution from live ingest to in-device, and we're very, very pleased that we have been integrated into the latest and greatest at Harmonic, the VOS360. And this allows our customers to spin up innovative live and live linear broadcasting solutions very, very quickly at a scale, and it's flexible and it's economical, and we just very focused, both of us, on the QoS and QoE. So Zixi is known for its protocol, and we've been in business for 13 years. But for the last 4 years, we've been really focused on building out the software-defined video platform, which is what really sets us apart from really almost anybody else in the market. We are software, we're not a managed service. We have many, many partners who do managed services around Zixi, but we are a software company. And we're used by traditional broadcasters, OTT broadcast service, and service providers to provide services to the media industry. And we're used to manage, source, and distribute live linear and live events. So very, very live focused, not VOD focused. And we do that over any IP network. So that's open internet, which is what we're known for, but also fiber and IP satellite, and as well as cellular. And actually we're in test as we speak with 5G labs at places like Verizon and in partnership with AWS for 5G. We support 17 protocols, so we work over any live or live linear protocol out there. Any cloud provider, so we are deeply integrated to all the major ones and run on all the secondary cloud providers, and really any edge device. So we have over 200 technology partners. So odds are if it sends or receives live video or live linear, Zixi's already integrated. And if not, we support all the other protocols. So it's really any edge device. So complete interoperability and future-proof. So what is a software-defined video platform? Well, there's really 4 components. There's protocols and transport. So the protocols are what are used to kind of wrap and secure the stream and protect it against issues in the network. So giving you the performance and reliability that you're looking for. So that's one aspect. The other aspect is the video solution stack. The video solution stack sits above the protocol and manages all the different protocols and provides services over and above what a protocol can do for every one of the protocols. So, and this again works in any IP environment, in any protocol, but doing live media processing and ensuring that whatever you're doing is future-proofed. If there's a new standard that comes out, a new protocol, a new codec, that the platform adapts that and you have that future-proofed environment no matter what the market changes might be down the road. The Zixi-enabled network, which is a partnership of over 200 partners, over 700 customers, and that is really giving you complete adaptive architectures, agile infrastructures, and allowing you to do end-to-end, not just point-to-point, but end-to-end processing. And then ZenMaster. ZenMaster is the overriding abstraction layer. It's a control plane that allows you to virtualize your operations, and it democratizes the usability so that large, complex IP networks can be managed with operators and not expensive, hard-to-find video engineers. So again, we mentioned the protocols. So here's a list of the 17 protocols that we provide. Zixi's protocols is the best and has been tested and used more widely than any other protocol out there. And we have things like DTLS for extra layers of security that other protocols don't have. We have dynamic forward error correction, which is a proprietary capability that allows you to, in noisy networks, fix errors on the fly to give you true low latency. We do have ARQ as well, but ARQ requires round trips. So whenever you can use FEC, you do. And we do things like encoder back pressure and IP bonding. And we can handle up to 30%, or actually 40% packet loss and still give you a perfect signal. And we're very efficient. So we actually get rid of null packets during transport and then put them back when we decode. But the idea is that you're getting not an overhead with Zixi, but an efficiency so you can do more over your networks. The video solution stack has many, many capabilities like our patented hitless failover that uses DNA resequencing algorithms to stitch back a perfect video, even if you have an error, and does that hitlessly. Support all the codecs. We have machine learning and AI capabilities that do things like what we call EPSNR to predict encoder quality issues before you see the stream. And the idea there is we don't have access to the source, but we use machine learning to actually determine that with a very high probability. Again, predicting issues before they happen. Do things like recording, timeshift to delivery, auto slating, protocol switching. We do a lot in analytics and telemetry. So we look at the edge device and we can look at the cloud environments and let you know if there's issues in those environments. We do network telemetry, let you know what's going on in the network and alert you if there's issues. Transport telemetry, and then content quality. We look at the content quality and determine whether or not you've got frozen video or jitter or silent audio and alert you on that. The fourth component we talked about was the Zixi-enabled network. And the idea is really any edge device is part of that network, given all the protocol support that we do. Allows you to do things across supply chains. So if you're, one use case with NBC is affiliate traffic on Zixi going to Google Cloud, goes across Google Cloud to an egress cluster on Zixi, because there's issues within clouds, because they're just IP networks as well. Then it goes from Zixi via to iStream Planet, and then it gets processed, and then it goes from iStream Planet over Zixi to Hulu. So you can see that entire supply chain. You know, with our 200 tech partners, our 700 customers, our 100,000 instances out there around the world in over 100 countries, we're providing a network of interoperable solutions that it really can't be acquired any other way. And then Zen Master for provisioning, deploying, orchestrating, and monitoring these multi-supply chain workflows. And we do all the visualization of the telemetry, of the workflow. Again, it's alert-based, full history capabilities, automation, scheduling, reporting, root cause analysis. So allowing you to manage thousands of streams in a complex IP network with multiple supply chain partners. Next slide. Yeah. So this is just a few of our customers, some of the biggest and some of the new and coolest out there in the market. This is just a snapshot of our ecosystem. Like I said, 200 plus partners, but it's, you know, it spans from IRDs to encoders to decoders to watermark software to cloud editing software, you know, kind of to service providers. So it's a vast network so that you can use Zixi to work through your entire workflow. And just to sum it up, with over 100,000 instances around the world in over 100 countries, we're providing an unmatched global network, allowing you to not just do point-to-point, which is what a lot of protocols out there are pushing, but it's really end-to-end, and it's from anywhere to anywhere. And I'll turn it over to our friends at Harmonic. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. I will be presenting the Harmonic side of the partnership between Zixi and Harmonic. So as you've said, we have integrated the Zixi solution in our own products for a long time. And today, I would like to focus on the VOS360 Live Streaming Platform, which is our cloud solution for video processing and delivery. And I will explain through a case study how we are using the Zixi solution for partners and for IndyCar Series later. So, okay, sorry. So for the VOS360 live streaming solution, it is really an end-to-end solution. It's doing all the video cloud processing and delivery to get your to transport your source content to the consumer device. With the VOS360 platform, you can do linear OTT, you can do a Timeshift TV or network PVR, you can do live sport event, monetization with targeted advertising, and you can do really live streaming at scale. So I will present the linear, the different services, just a very quick focus on the linear OTT. Of course, for linear OTT, we are doing the live ingest, and we are using the Zixi technology to uplink the video sources from the ground to the cloud, either from the teleport or stadium to the cloud. So, of course, the value of Zixi is to protect the video from the network errors. We do advanced compression inside the VOS360. So once we get the live stream, we can use AVC or HEVC to convert the video stream into an OTT format up to UHD if that is necessary. And of course, Harmonic is known for the compression, for its compression algorithm. So we are achieving the lowest bit rates using the up-to-date algorithm, including machine learning and content-aware encoding technologies. That's, of course, the benefit of that is to reduce the cost of storage and the cost of bandwidth in the OTT delivery. We support, of course, HLS dash or smooth streaming and any DRM format. And we have a rich subtitling tools. We can convert pretty much any broadcast subtitle format into any OTT subtitle format. We can even, convert DVB subtitle into text for WebVTT. So it's absolutely a complete offer of subtitling. Anything you can imagine should be supported by VOS360. The Timeshift TV and network PVR, of course, VOS360 has recording capabilities, so we can offer a Timeshift TV network PVR, for which we use packaging on the fly. I mean, that's a sort of basic architecture for VOS360 to use packaging on the fly in order to store only once the content and to save on storage, obviously. We can generate catch-up events or catch-up VOD assets automatically and in real time from a live ingest. That, of course, needs some integration with a CMS, but we have an API that facilitates this work. And the media storage is, of course, using the storage of the cloud so that we have a complete scalability for network PVR, for example. Live sport event is an interesting use case for a cloud platform. Again, the streams is usually contributed to VOS360 through a Zixi-based connection from the stadium. So it's we support low latency, we support UHD. So with this kind of live event or live sport events, you can imagine creating pop-up channels in UHD just for the duration of the sport event, so that that way you are able to provide a UHD content with HDR to your viewers just for the duration of the event. And we offer a complete reliability because it's important for sport, because there is a lot of, a large audience usually. So we can deploy geo-redundancy. We can actually deploy 2 instances of VOS360 in 2 different regions of a same cloud provider, or even in 2 regions of 2 different cloud providers. But more than that, we have a synchronization between the 2 instances that will synchronize the transcoding jobs and the packaging and origin functions, so that you can switch from one instance to the other instance completely seamlessly for the user. The monetization is fully included, the workflow is fully included into VOS360. So that's a server-side ad insertion capability. We have a complete ad workflow with ad ingest, manifest manipulation. It's frame accurate processing, of course, and we do the ad tracking because that's required in the digital world. We have been, we are integrated with Freewheel. At this point, we are integrated with Freewheel and with Google Ad Manager. And we will add more ad servers, of course, as projects go on, and we can scale that with the audience. Our architecture is designed to do down to the user, targeted advertising down to the user. So we have a VOS360 platform that can really scale, the DAI capability. And last, the live streaming at scale. That's one of the latest additions in our VOS360 platform. is the support for multi-CDN. So we have a function that is called the dynamic path selection that will actually automatically select the best path between different CDN that are provisioned for a given project. So we have integrated like, Akamai, Limelight, and CenturyLink and other CDNs. We not only can we do dynamic path selection between multiple public CDNs, but we can also provide VOS360 Edge platform, to do on-net caching. So that will that will offload some of the public CDN egress traffic to a on-net caching, so that you can take, you can leverage the architecture and the network, the on-prem network actually, and reduce the cost of the egress traffic from the public CDN. And again, the dynamic path selection will automatically select the best path between the on-net caching and the public CDN, or the public CDNs if there are several, and that will be done seamlessly. For the off-net reach, for the off-net users, obviously the public CDN is the best way or the only way to go. So VOS360 is also designed to be, to make the delivery of live video faster. The key points about the VOS360 platform, I think it's, of course, it is all in the cloud, but it's really a video SaaS. It is what we call cloud neutral, so it has been designed to run on any cloud provider platform, so Google, Azure, or AWS. So we can, if your customer has committed to any cloud vendor, there is absolutely no lock-in. We will follow the best cloud vendor from the customer, and we will migrate the video platform from Azure to Amazon or whatever is required by the customer. We have a DevOps team that is ensuring the support, the proactive support 24/7. We have, of course, it's an end-to-end solution from source to screen, so there is no finger pointing. We do everything that's video. And the seamless integration, that's because, of course, there is always a new CMS or a new DRM vendor that we need to integrate with, or even with our current partner for a new project, we may have to change something. So we provide an API that is completely, that is really rich and documented. So anything that you can do with VOS360 is available through the API. And it's, when we say unrivaled efficiency, this is especially with regard to video compression, where with the long experience of Harmonic has helped us to come up with compression algorithms to come up with very low bit rates. That's very helpful when you have to deal with storage and bandwidth, especially in the cloud. So the case study that we are focusing on in this webinar is a project that we have done with Zixi for the IndyCar Series. So the IndyCar Series is really the top open wheel racing in North America, in the US and Canada. And the most well-known race, of course, is the Indy 500. So in early 19, NTT Data became the title sponsor of the IndyCar Series, and actually the official technology partner of the IndyCar. So the first race, because there are like 17 races in the season, the first race was in March, something like that. So 5 weeks before the first race, NTT Data contacted a certain number of vendors to support the in-car streaming to the IndyCar app. So that's they have an app, and they want to show the video streaming from the car into the app. So what we proposed, that was proposed by Harmonic and Zixi, was actually a system in which, of course, there is on track, there is a production truck, which is collecting the wireless signal from 2 cameras. In the first year, it was only cameras in 2 cars. So there were 2 cameras connected wireless to the truck. And there was also a connection from the pit crew to collect all the audios from the pits to the truck. And on the truck, there is a local compression and Zixi protection to uplink all the signals to VOS360 live streaming platform in the cloud. The VOS360 is doing the ingest of the 2 videos and all the audios, the transcode, OTT formats, the packaging, encrypt, and origin, and of course the monitoring, and sending that over Akamai to the device, which in this case is an app on HLS, on iOS and on Android. On this app, you can actually, oops. Oh, doesn't want to play, okay. Sorry, so the video is supposed to play, but right now it doesn't want to play. But basically on the application, you can see the video that comes from the camera on top of the car, and you see basically what the driver sees. You know, so you feel like you are in the seat of the driver, and you have in addition a number of graphics that are showing, you know, some statistics about the drivers, and it's a pretty cool application. You can actually download it. It's a free application. So this was selected. This solution was selected by Entity Data for the following reasons. First of all, of course, we were able to deploy the complete solution in 4 weeks. So that means design, configure, and run, you know, be ready for to run for the first race in March. That was only 4 weeks time. You know, I think we could achieve that because we were already pre-integrated with Zixi. So having a pre-integrated ecosystem was really key to be fast, to be ready for the first race. The security and reliability of the Zixi connection was key as well to go through the public internet connection and reach the cloud. So it's, you know, it's using the best-in-class security enhanced with DTLS and AES standard-based protection. It's the overall solution is very easy to operate. There is a minimal operational overhead. It's for the first race, so 4 weeks after the first contact between Entity Data and Harmonic and Zixi, we had the first race, and we sent 1 engineer on site on the first race just to do the local support and to reassure the customer. But after that, you know, all the support is done remotely. So it's the customer setup service. Actually, the customer is doing the production. So they are operating VOS360 themselves. They are moving, of course, their production truck from track to track or from race to race. But other than that, they just have to connect to the VOS360 and start the broadcast, if you will, or start the streaming. Obviously, a VOS360 cloud type of solution is the best business, the best solution for this kind of business model where you have only 17 races on the season. So it's a pay-as-you-go or pay-per-use model, and there is absolutely no commitment from the customer. So you pay for just what you use. So that's. So on the first race, it was really a success because they had 10,000 users on the first race. Today, I have checked, you know, I downloaded the application today. You know, this application has been downloaded 100,000 times already. I think that the plan for the customer is to move from 2 to 4 cameras, you know, to offer more choice to the end users. So this is what we've done for the IndyCar series. Now we were thinking about doing a short demo, you know, on how you use VOS360, and especially for the Zixi connection.
And as we're getting ready for that, I'll remind everybody, if you have any questions, we will take them after the demo. So please put them into the Q&A tab.
No, last slide.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, Pascal.
Okay, so this demo is really a quite quick demo to demonstrate VOS360 with a Zixi source running on-prem. So this demo will demonstrate an encoder, a Zixi-powered encoder on-prem, delivering a source, so a stream to VOS360 running on the cloud through the open internet, and VOS360 generates an OTT service delivered to a CDN. So just to demonstrate that VOS360 is totally ready for Zixi, VOS can connect to any Zixi powered equipment. It is very easy to connect to a source. It's just sharing an IP address and a port, and it is secure with error correction and low delay. So now switch to the demonstration. Okay, so this is VOS360, so running on the cloud. So we can see the principle of VOS360 is to have an ingest where the source is processed. So the incoming stream is ingested by VOS360. After that, the service is transcoded according to the need of the service. So OTT transcoding with multi-profile and whatever you need. And then the delivery, which is packaging and origin, and delivery to the CDN. So here we can get the URLs of the service, so in Dash and in HLS. Unfortunately, with Zoom, it's pretty difficult to show the service full screen. So let's just watch it through the monitoring of the VOS360 GUI. So it is a sport even coming from an encoder on-prem. Okay, so perhaps now go into more detail, and especially on sources. So here you can see there are two sources, a main and a backup, and we just before the demo we just switched to the backup. So it is fully automatic, and it can be done also manually, just like that. So you can do a manual switch. You can see also it is a high bitrate contribution over the open internet, and this is working fine. And the transcode is using, I would say, reasonable bitrate. Okay, Now let's go a little bit deeper in the service configuration. So how to configure the channel? So it is simple. Again, here we have a service name and basically what we need. Here are the source. So basically the primary, the secondary. As you saw, there are two sources defined on that service. After that, it's all about transcoding. So we can use a predefined profile to do so. And of course, we can modify, we can fine tune the parameters. So transcoding is all about encoding, multi-bit rate encoding and so on, and codecs and so on. And after that, we have the delivery part, which is packaging and origin. So here we generate dash and HLS version of the service. And also in destination, everything related to Timeshift TV, start over, catch up, everything you need to time shift your service is available here. And of course, connections to multiple CDNs. So let's go perhaps a little bit more details about the sources. So it is a Zixi source. So basically, it's really simple. In push mode, which is the mode we use most of the time, VOS360 gives an IP address and a port, and this IP address and port needs to be configured on the encoder, and that's it. In that case, yeah, the source is a primary source. There is also a secondary source, but it is as simple as sharing an IP address and a port. There is another mode called pull. In that case, it's basically the opposite. The IP address, the multicast address, the ports, the channel name, session ID, and password are configured on the contribution encoder. And in that case, we need to configure VOS to accept such a pull input. But let's switch again on the push input. Once you configure that on your encoder, you just need to connect to the source, and you do that only once. The source is discovered. Here you can have a PID and so on. And that's it. The source is ready to broadcast. And here you have the groom function that is there to check and validate the service components. And here you can see there is video, audio, and subtitles. And if we look a little bit about that service, it's basically a quite simple service. There is one audio and one video. The video is H.264, and the audio is MPEG audio, simple MPEG audio with a language descriptor. There is no data track, and there is no subtitles. Of course, if there are subtitles, if there are data tracks such as SCSI-35 for DAI, it's available there. But it's just for information, just to show you the source. And that's it. It's as simple as that.
Thank you, Pascal.
All right. Thank you, Pascal. Thank you, Alain. We'll now go into the Q&A portion as we wrap up. So if anybody has any questions, please now put them into the Q&A tab, and we will answer them. The first one, the question is for Harmonic. How long does it take to spin up, and do I need a cloud engineer?
No. Pascal, you want to answer?
Yeah, I can answer that question. No, you don't need a cloud engineer. Everything is done by our DevOps. So we get templates to deploy VOS360 according to your needs about what you want to do, and this is done. I would say it's a matter of minutes or hours, but it is really fast. And we have templates for AWS, for Google, for Azure. So you don't basically you don't need to know anything about the cloud. VOS360 will scale automatically. You don't need to know anything about the instances. So it's really a fully managed system.
All right, thank you. Next question is, how do you buy Zixi and how do you buy VOS360 in this integration? So I will take at least the first part of that. Zixi has entered into a commercial agreement with Harmonic so that the commercials and the technology are bundled together, and you get all of that from Harmonic sales with the support of Zixi. We have a few more questions here. Is there any way to, for the Harmonic team, is there a way to start social media live streaming with VOS360?
Yes, I mean, if that is to stream RTMP to YouTube or these kind of things, yes, this is supported by VOS360 as well. We actually have some customers doing it already.
Excellent. Okay. We have another for Harmonic. Do the primary and backup encoder sources going into VOS360 have to be time-stamped code aligned, or does the transcode packager take care of that?
Your choice. We can have the incoming service aligned in terms of time, or let's say not. It depends on what kind of redundancy, totally seamless or not, if you want. But of that, we could have even two VOS360 instances totally synchronized, and even the CDN can receive one segment from one instance, another and another segment from another instance, totally seamlessly. So even the receive the service from two instances and cannot know from which instance he received the service.
All right, thank you. We've got one more question in the queue. If anybody else wants to ask anything. Will SCSI 35 be set up on the data service on the encoder?
Yes, of course, to send SCSI 35 to VOS360, the SCSI 35 PID needs to be defined on the, let's say, on-prem encoder. But this will be recognized automatically by when you connect to the source. I showed you the components inside the service I discovered. But if there is a SCSI 35 PID inside that service, of course, it will be automatically recognized. And if you want to do DI, yeah, you will need to have a SCSI 35 into your streams, and this is something we are really used to play with.
All right, thank you very much. Pasquale, Alain, Gordon, thank you very much all for your time today. We will be making this presentation available to everyone via email, a follow-up, and then we will also be following up to the people that asked for some specific pricing and content information. And if anyone wants to follow up with us, to get in touch with Zixi, we've got info@zixi.com, and that will be routed to the appropriate person. And at Harmonic, we've got Alon's email address as well as our specific websites. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today, and we look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.